All right, guys, we're going to be talking about the Kriss Vector today. Now, I have some notes out laid out in front of me on my desk here to keep me on track and not going down any rabbit holes. So, we're going to cover a couple pros and cons and the practicality of it. So, and some basic information along the way. Number one, basic information. Chambered in 45 ACP, AARP, or automatic Colt pistol, whatever you prefer. Operation Super V recoil system. So, unlike most rifles, the bolt goes forward and back very linear, which causes muzzle climb. When you're shooting at a rapid rate or in full auto, it causes, muzzle climb. The Super V recoil system takes that inertia and mass of that bolt back and down. So it's able to keep this gun linear when it comes to shooting, or not linear, but more of a flat recoil impulse. And sometimes in full auto, it has been known to almost pull you down. You have to keep the gun up instead of pulling it down, which is weird, but a good thing. When this thing has a 1200 round per minute cyclic rate in 45 ACP, you need that shit. I'm sorry, but you need that. Now, basic information out the way. Let's get into some pros and cons. So, number one con I've had trouble with this gun is the learning curve. It is a fun learning curve, but it is a learning curve nonetheless, which I've had more trouble with this than any other platform I've ever shot. So, learning curve being that mag release right there, guys. Right here, this little button right here, this little doodad. Yeah. When you put that mag in, right here, and you're trying to be cool, and you go to shooting, right? You see where my hand's at, or I have to hold the gun to shoot it? Yeah. The amount of times I get a little too excited or something, I grip that mag falls straight out. So you got to be careful with that. Got to be real careful with that, or you're going to look like an idiot, like your boy. But learning curves are meant to be trained through. Anything on any platform or tool that has a learning curve, train it and learn it. Hence the name learning curve. Now, there's ways to get around that con. You put an angled foregrip, some sort of grip up here on the bottom of the Picatinny section. And there you go, depending on your state's laws and what have you. Now, another thing, a pro that is right above it is the bolt lock and the bolt release, excuse me. Better picture here, bolt lock, bolt release. So, that being said, again, when you put the mag in, normally the bolt would lock to the rear, and this right here is your bolt release right here. That right there, top paddle is your bolt release. So when you come up, put that mag in, it's right there. Almost like an AR platform almost, right? So that is one pro I like about it. Another pro that I like about it as well is that it is very mobile. Probably one of the coolest PDWs, coolest looking, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the most mobile and easy to pack up. Because look how small this thing is. You put a LAW adapter on here and an SBA3 brace on it, you're good to go. I've personally taken this a lot of times in my truck. It goes in my bag along with 3 to 4 other 30-round stick mags for it, and I'm good to go. So, mobility, concealability, pro all the way. I love it. Now, I do have to say, though, if you're looking for ballistics, you're not getting it out of this thing, okay? It has a 5.5-inch barrel, guys. So, being that it has a 5.5-inch barrel, excuse me, especially in 45, you might as well be shooting a government model 1911. Might as well be. This thing's only 0.5 inches longer than a 1911 full size. But you got to understand this weapon system wasn't designed, this platform wasn't designed for pushing the boundaries of the 45, okay? The 45 in itself, in which this platform was designed to the engagement distance in which it was designed to operate in, absolutely shreds. It's amazing. Now, let's talk about accuracy here. Now, personally, I've taken this out to 60 yards on an 8-inch gong target, standing, prone, kneeling. And I can hit that at somewhat of a, I wouldn't call it a rapid rate, but I can hit it, at a really good rhythm, like bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? So if I had to shoot it fast at a smaller target at 60 yards, probably be doing some missing, not going to lie. But then again, I've only put about 500 rounds through this weapon system. So that's on me. I could probably, if I trained with it more, I could probably do a lot better. But then again, you're only shooting 45 out of a 5.5-inch barrel here. So that's not a con. It's a specifically designed platform, guys. It's a specifically designed platform. Now, as far as the trigger is concerned, though, like I said, specifically designed platform here. A civilian model, make sure this thing's clear. Civilian model has a not such a good trigger here. I equate the trigger to a really thick sponge for me. And that's probably doing it in injustice is probably, in my opinion, it's probably doing that trigger in injustice because I'm so used to shooting AR platforms. I run Geisleys and I run Rise Armament triggers in all my ARs. So I've kind of gotten spoiled. So when I got this, it's kind of like, dude, what is this? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this, a sponge? So with that being said, I wouldn't consider that a con necessarily because of what this platform was designed to be in the first place. But for the semi-automatic civilian version, it's a fun gun. Now, it is reliable. I've had no malfunctions with it. The only malfunctions I've had with it is when I was using ETS mags. They're off-brand mags. And speaking of mags, I missed one. I knew I was going to go down a rabbit hole and miss one. But speaking of mags, takes Glock mags. And any gun that is Glock compatible has like plus 10 points in my book. Because you can take cheap mags. You can buy, at least when I bought mine, you can buy, a pack of 5 ETS mags for like $30. Easy. Big easy. Train with them. And, they're cheaper mags, so they may not perform well in your platform, especially in this. This does not like ETS mags. I don't know why. My AR9 loves ETS mags. This one doesn't. So, but that being said, you can buy cheaper mags. If it's Glock compatible, you can buy cheaper mags, train with them, and save money for nicer, more expensive, reliable duty mags. So, but also, there's a pro to that, even though it's a con. When I would shoot this thing with ETS mags and have failure due to the magazine, nothing of the gun, it would allow me to practice, dropping the mag or tap rack bang, even though it's not an AR, but it would practice remedial functions to get the gun back in the fight. So that is probably the other con I have for it. It doesn't like cheap mags. You got to buy Glock mags. It does not like them. That's just me. And with my specific Kriss Vector. You may have a Kriss Vector that runs just fine with ETS mags. Mine doesn't like it. Now, that's pretty much all the pros and cons really I can think of offhand. Basic pros and cons, because like I said in my channel, is basic information basically put out there for basic people. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Try my best to get this information out to you. I'm a normal person, so work a full-time job, so it's kind of hard sometimes. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And remember, as always, praise the Lord, pass the ammo.